Imagine you're a fisherman off the coast of Sao Paulo. The fog is thick, and you drift too close to a place the locals call Ilha da Queimada Grande. You don't see a beach, just jagged rocks and a forest so dense it looks alive. You cut the engine. Then you hear it. A dry, papery rustle. 10,000 scales sliding over dead leaves. The trees aren't covered in vines, they are draped in gold. This is Snake Island, a 106-acre rock officially ranked as one of the deadliest places on Earth. The Brazilian Navy has banned everyone from setting foot here. They say the venom of the local Golden Lancehead literally melts human flesh. Is it hype or nature's ultimate keep-out sign? Grab a drink, stay back from the screen. Things are about to get venomous.
11,000 years ago, the world was changing. As the Ice Age ended, sea levels rose, flooding the valleys and turning a coastal hill into a permanent prison. This was Mother Nature's most brutal accidental experiment. One day, you're part of a vast continent. The next, you're trapped on a rock with no way out. No predators, no humans, but also no rodents. The ground food supply vanished overnight. The snakes were left with a simple choice: adapt or starve. They looked up at the trees, saw migrating birds stopping to rest, and decided to move into the canopy. This geological glitch forced a ground dweller to become an arboreal assassin. It turned a boring hill into a biological fortress where evolution took a dark, predatory turn that still terrifies us today. Over millennia, a new king was crowned, Botrops insularis. On the mainland, snakes can bite a mouse and wait for it to die. But on an island, if a bird doesn't drop instantly, it flies away and dies in the ocean, a total waste of venom. So evolution created a chemical off switch. The Golden Lancehead developed a venom so fast and potent it short-circuits a bird's nervous system mid-flap. Its strike is lightning, its camouflage is perfect, and its golden scales are a warning to the world. But being the king of a rock is a double-edged sword. Their genetic pool is so small that a single wildfire or disease could wipe them out forever. They are a fragile dynasty, ruling a kingdom where every branch is actually a coiled, lethal predator. Let's talk about that melting flesh rumor. Is it real? In a way, yes. The venom is a hemotoxic cocktail. It doesn't just stop your heart, it wages war on your tissues. It causes internal bleeding, kidney failure, and massive necrosis. In plain English, your skin turns black, your cells die, and your tissue literally breaks down while you are still breathing. Doctors warn that even with antivenom, you're likely to lose a limb or carry a permanent scar. The phrase melts your flesh is a media exaggeration, but when you are looking at a necrotic wound that is rotting in real time, the distinction feels meaningless. It is biological acid designed to liquefy a bird's insides, and it treats human muscle with the same terrifying efficiency.
5 snakes per square meter. We've all seen the headlines. If that were true, the ground would be a literal carpet of scales. Scientists who actually brave the island say the real number is closer to 2,000 to 4,000 snakes total. But don't let that relax you. In the thickest parts of the forest, that still means 1 snake for every couple of steps. It's not a carpet, it's an ambush. If you stop to tie your shoe, there is a high probability a golden head is watching you from a branch at eye level. One journalist once described them lying on top of each other in the shade.
The internet took that terrifying image and turned it into an apocalyptic legend. The reality isn't a movie, but it is plenty enough to keep you awake. There used to be humans here. In the early 1900s, Brazil built a lighthouse, and a keeper lived there with his family. The legend is dark. They say the last keeper forgot to lock a window, and the snakes got in. The family allegedly tried to run for the boat, but the vipers were waiting in the trees above. They were found later, one by one, cold and black from the venom. Today, the lighthouse is automated. The Navy visits once a year, and they don't linger. Local fishermen still tell stories of colleagues who stepped ashore to grab fruit and were found later as bloated, unrecognizable bodies. Whether every detail is true or not, the island's message is clear. Humans are not welcome in this golden empire.
Where there's a forbidden island, there is always a pirate story. Legend says that centuries ago, pirates stashed a massive hoard of gold here and seeded the island with deadly snakes to guard it forever. The treasure is there, they say, but no one lives long enough to spend it. Biology tells us a different story, that the snakes have been here since the Ice Age, long before any pirate ship sailed the Atlantic. But honestly, the myth is more fun to believe. In local bars, old-timers still sketch maps on wooden tables, whispering that the snakes are nature's perfect mercenaries, guarding a cursed horde that will never see the sun. It's the perfect defense, a treasure map where every X is guarded by 1,000 fangs.
But here is the twist. This death trap might actually save your life. Scientists are now studying the Golden Lancehead's venom to develop revolutionary drugs for heart disease and blood clots. It is the ultimate paradox. The same chemical cocktail that can rot your leg off contains molecules that could treat hypertension and save millions of hearts. The island has become a high-security natural laboratory. Researchers land in thick protective gear, tracking every individual to prevent their extinction. To the world, it is a nightmare. To science, it is a priceless library of life-saving chemistry. The very thing we fear most is the thing we are now fighting to protect. It turns out, even a monster can be a miracle worker in disguise.
We call it Snake Island, like it's a horror movie. But in reality, the snakes are terrified of us. Between black market poachers who can sell a single specimen for $30,000 and habitat loss, these golden kings are struggling to survive. Their scary reputation is actually their only shield. As long as the world believes the ground will eat them alive, the tourists stay away. The sound of thousands of snakes moving in the dry grass isn't just a threat, it's the sound of a species clinging to its last fortress on Earth. We see a forbidden hell, but for the Golden Lancehead, it's a shrinking sanctuary. If the legends die, the snakes might die with them. Their survival depends on our fear.
So, is Snake Island real?
Absolutely. Is it a place where nature has regained total control? Without a doubt. But the stories of flesh-melting venom and carpets of vipers tell us more about our own imagination than the snakes themselves. We love the idea that there are still black spots on the map, places where humans are not the dominant species. Queimada Grande is a reminder that the world doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the Golden Kings waiting silently in the trees. Next time you're on a boat in the Atlantic and you see a green hill in the mist, maybe keep the engine running. Want to see more of the world's forbidden places? Hit subscribe and tell me, would you step foot on Snake Island for $1 million?